All right, next event on the track, the men's mile run. We've got a good one for you. The American record by newly minted American Bernard Lagat and Kevin Sullivan, a Canadian. Former Michigan runner has the meet record. Here's the group that we will see running in this 8-lap final. And let's focus on some good stories here. Number one, Lionel Manzano of Texas, the junior who struggled in the DMR and only got 1 point for his team.
He ran a very smart race in his qualifying time, which you see right there. He just expended as little energy as possible, but we'll see what he can do today. Garrett Heath and his teammate right beside him have run under 4 minutes for the mile. There's been 3 collegians that got under this indoor season. Russell Brown one, Garrett Heath another, and Manzano is the third. All of them right beside each other here as they have qualified for today's final.
And Russell Brown running a very smart, very well-contained anchor leg of the successful Stanford distance medley relay, coming back now to challenge in this mile. It's his senior year. It's the time to get it done.
Dwight, all of these athletes to get here to the NCAA championships and be invited ran, and they were the top 18 runners, ran 4 minutes 1.76 seconds or faster to get here, and only 3 get under 4, to show you how bunched everybody is. While we have 2 seconds, our best wishes to Ian Brooks, who is a fellow announcer and works up at the Armory doing announcing, who had a serious automobile accident, developed some complications. Our best thoughts are with him.
Stephen Piper of Colorado, the senior, currently in the lead. Tim Bailey of Iona and from England, second. Manzano, you can see him, the smaller athlete in the burnt orange of Texas. And then right next to him, the beast from Rice, Pablo Solares. He's huge for a distance runner.
As a miler, he looks big. We should add that. He's not going to be a bouncer at a door anytime soon in any club down in Texas. This is a pretty honest pace. Look at that time, 58.89. They just flashed by as I said that. This is a very solid pace. I'm surprised how quick it is. Remember how the women's race went. I should also add Shannon Roberry, the race you just saw, her last 440 yards, 59 seconds. She flew by it in.
Well, Stephen Piper making this an honest race, unlike the race we saw on the women's side. It was a bit pedestrian in the first half. And still, Tim Bailey of Iona there in second. Solares in third, but Manzano now going back into third. And now coming up from behind, hit number 5, that is Emmanuel Bohr of Alabama, just a freshman from Kenya, now slipping into third place.
Bohr was the SEC champion. This, by the way, Manzano off a tough pace I thought would struggle. Off a slow pace, this is not slow yet. I thought he would do better. He's a great kicker if he can hang in there, and they're keeping him honest here. Piper not known as a great kicker, so he's trying to keep the pace honest.
And Russell Brown is working his way through the crowd. You can see him there from Stanford with the bushy hair. Piper continues to push this pace, which is not helping the guys that are not recovering well from heats in the mile and the DMR.
Dwight right on 4-minute mile pace here. 880 yards reached in 2 minutes and 0.8 of 1 second. Manzano hangs on, and we almost had another accident. We had one in the heats where Colin Costello of Arkansas was knocked down by his own volition, as videotape would show, and he never made the final. And Manzano hanging tough right now.
He's looking a little tight, though. Tim Bailey was the one from Iona who almost hit the deck, and that takes an awful lot out of you to try to recover from that. Piper continuing to push it. Manzano tucked in right behind him. Then Bohr, the freshman from Alabama. Solares, the Rice senior, still hanging in there. Russell Brown still keeping back in the pack in 6th. His teammate Heath well back in 9th.
Now Brown beginning to move up here with 2 laps to go. Manzano looks tough right now, and Brown's got to get up closer if he's got anything left.
So Piper continuing to push it. Manzano right there in 2nd, then Bohr, and then on his outside, Solares. Russell Brown still tucking back, still in 6th.
The pace very honest. 3/4 of a mile reached in 3 minutes, 1 and 96/100ths of a second, just under 3:02. And we're coming up to the gun lap, and the man with excellent speed in past races is hanging right on. Lionel Manzano from Texas, just a junior, 5'5", 125 pounds.
And Scott Overall making a move also from Butler there. He's got himself in the mix now. Russell Brown up there going wide, moving into 4th, now slipping into 3rd as Manzano makes his move on Piper. It's Manzano now. Brown wants it, and it's a replay of the DMR, but Manzano using way too much energy to stay in the lead. Brown looking very easy, very casual. Manzano in full sprint, tight arms, Here we come, and Manzano manages to run away from Russell Brown. I'm surprised that Brown was not able to cover that, and Manzano really redeeming himself, getting 10 points for the Longhorns, 3:59.90, and I got to tell you, Stephen Piper made that race.
Watch, that's Tim Bailey from England and from Iona, who almost went down, and that does take something out of you. Fortunately for Manzano, he was not affected. Now we're coming down the home stretch, and he has already held off Brown. Brown cannot recover here, but look at the speed and the strength. I thought he looked really tough the last 3 laps, and look what he did with his raw speed there, and really superb performance. That's 3 miles, close to 4 minutes in 24 hours. He came to the United States when he was 4 with his family, and now his dual citizenship. Congratulations to Lionel Manzano.
He wins it. Only man under 4 minutes. Russell Brown, the senior, doesn't win the title. Stephen Piper making the race and getting 3rd.